are we alive? Let me just drop that in the obscure speedruns book Discord. There it is. I dropped my link in the Discord. So, what is today? Today is a Tokobot. Okay, the stream tags are actually wrong. It says roguelike, so that's. Let me just put speedrun in there. Anyway, Tokobot plus any % tutorial. I'm going to be going over pretty much everything that I can that should be relevant to the run. It's important that if you're going to use this as a tutorial, you might want to check out the other tutorials on my YouTube channel for greater detail on anything that I might explain during this stream. That being said, I guess we can just get back right into it. So, the first important bit of information is that when you hit new game, only on the first time that you start the game after booting your console, you will get now loading, this loading screen. That will not show up any other time. So if you're going to do any speedruns, you want to load the game first,
the path of the treasure master,
and then
bolt in the 6 Tokobots.
And then do another run after that. So you don't get that loading screen that loses a few seconds. Here we just skip through some cutscenes. That's the start button, if it needs to be said. Coming up to this part, you basically just walk forward and start a cutscene here. Hold the joint button down, because after you skip that cutscene, you'll get another cutscene about jointing. And it's good to skip that. You just want to jump over here, pretty much, and come up to this ledge. And this is where we first do disc tray abuse. You've got to wait, skip through this cutscene, wait for that graphic to show up, and then open the disc tray. Wait for Bolt to nod his head twice, then skip that cutscene. And here we have the first big trick, disc tray abuse. Now, I explained this in one of my tutorials on my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to go into great detail, but basically, you just open the disc tray. This can be done on emulator. You open the disc tray, and then you have unloaded areas like this. And for this one, coming from over here, this is where normally you'll be, you'll walk past here, come over here, and you want to kind of hug the wall, adjust yourself a little bit so you're going like this, and then jump. Once Bolt turns red, that's where you want to close the disc tray. And then you wait. You pray. You might get it wrong, you might not. It is hard to tell, but hopefully we got this right. And speaking on getting things wrong, I will be saving the game at numerous points during this run. This is not something you would normally do in a speedrun, as saving the game just loses time. But I'm going to do it just so that this tutorial can be a bit smoother. So if I ever save the game, you know not to do that. In the speedrun. I think I missed it. I'm not sure. I don't have a timer up, but I feel like by now I should have got it. So let's go do that part again, and you'll get to see it at full speed. This time without the loading screen at the beginning, so that's nice. And I'll explain a few things. So when you do that moon jump, there are about 2 places you can land. You can land inside the boss room. This is bad. You can still continue a run like that, but there's an even better time save you can get, where you land right outside of it, out of bounds, and in that case, you get to skip the boss as well, which saves, if you have a really fast boss fight, that only saves like 40 seconds, but on average it's probably going to save more than a minute. So it's a really important thing that you're able to get that. But for like a beginner any percent run, I would say you should just take it, even if you do miss that skip, because to be honest, it's very, you know, it's quite tricky to land in the exact right place. So just being able to skip the level at all is a really positive thing. I'm going to close the disc tray there. I hope I get it this time. If I don't, I'll be really... First of all, it'll be bad for the tutorial. Second of all, it'll just be embarrassing. But yeah, the nature of this being live means that there will be some issues like that. Okay, we got it. So here, I don't know where I landed, but we'll find out soon enough. Okay, good. We landed outside. So, if you land inside the boss room, you'll have to fight the boss. There's a tutorial for that on my YouTube channel, so go check that out. Because you're going to have to fight this boss later in the run anyway. It shows up twice. Here, you want to joint, walk backwards, and then when you're out of bounds like that, just jump forwards, and you'll be fine. You get some cutscenes to skip. You can get that potion on the right for extra health, but it's going to cost you about 4 seconds. So if you're not confident that you can beat the game without dying on low health, then I would recommend picking that up. But if you're confident you don't need the additional health, then you can skip it for the additional like 4 seconds time save. Here you just want to come up and activate this and then skip through the cutscene. And I'm going to save the game here because there's a lot of things to explain about Chapter 2, because there's about 3 different routes that we use. One of them's very difficult, but pretty much necessary for world record. The other one's a lot easier, but slower. And the third one is the easiest, but the slowest. So I'm going to save the game here. Obviously, if you're speedrunning, you don't want to do this. I'll just save it here, yeah. Okay. Cool. So, you want to come over to the deployment hatch, select Damper Rock Ruins, and go. I will show you the slowest route first, then the second, then the fastest. So, for the slowest route, there is no disc tray abuse at all. You just want to basically play through the level as normal. So this is basically the no DTA route. But I show you this because you know, the moon jumps that we do in this level are quite difficult. So this is sort of an alternate route. If you don't want to do this and you just want to do the fastest route possible, I'll put time codes on the YouTube description so you can skip past this. But for those of you who do want to see all of the routes, or maybe just the easiest one, then this is here. So you just jump down here, magnet onto this bridge thing, and do the same here. There are some strategies to save time here, so don't think that... So here you want to get this save point, just activate it, and then you can close the menu. And that lets us teleport to it later. The other 2 routes do not get that. We skip so much of the level that there's no point in doing that. Just activate this, skip the cutscene. It's been a while since I've done this route. And then you just jump up here. Come into the next room, you want to take a hard left after skipping this cutscene. I like to adjust the camera, but you really don't need to. And you've got to hit both of these switches. And then there's another cutscene on the other side of this. You just want to skip through that. And climb up like you would expect to. There's not really any way you can save time on this room. So yeah, this route is a bit of a more like chill one. Not really much going on. Coming into this is kind of, I mean it's just an enemy, but you could think of it as a mini-boss. And you kind of just want to line up your Tokobots like this, while he's invincible, and then you attack so that you hit him on the first frame that he's vulnerable. It's not that difficult to time, just, you know, do as I do. And then you get this, skip through the cutscene, you know. There's a lot of skipping through the cutscene in the first few levels, but, you know, that's tutorial stuff, isn't it? You have less cutscenes as we go on. Come through the store and you want to hug the wall. And you want to kind of, like, do this. So, like, turn a bit when they're coming so that you don't get your Tokobots rolled over. Because if you do, you'll lose some time having to regroup. So you kind of want to manage your Tokobots there. Okay, so coming up through here, we've got, just hit these guys, and then we want to kill this jumping bird guy. And the easiest way to do this is to just do the exact same thing we did with the last enemy, and sort of frame trap it like this. You can lure him to jump forward so he's closer to where you need to be later. This doesn't save a ton of time. So, you know, it's whatever. Come out, here we have our first boss fight, probably. Depends if you do the one in Valor Ruins, I suppose. And this one can go very quickly. There's a tutorial for it on my YouTube channel, but I will explain it as I go. Basically, you want to hit him from the front so that he puts his guard up, hit him from behind, and then try and repeatedly hit him from the side like this. And that means that he doesn't get the chance to block you another time. There, I messed up a bit, so that does lose a bit of time. But you can do that just repeatedly, and that boss fight doesn't take too long. Skip through this cutscene, and then we're going up here to get Samurai Hover. This is the first and last overdrive we get in the any percent route. Overdrives are basically just big attacks you can use. They take a few hits on other enemies to charge them, and then you can kill enemies very quickly using them. But I'll explain that when we get to the part where we actually use overdrives. There's a lot of routing around sort of killing enemies as fast as possible, and I will try my best to explain that. So, I think my stream is lagging. Okay, I think we're good. So come up here, the cutscene will automatically activate. Skip the next few cutscenes, and then when you get to Dr. Viola, you actually need to press X because you can't skip through this. It's not a cutscene, it's a dialogue in a shop. So you've got to press X here, you can't use start. It's kind of annoying. And then you just buy this. And then you go back to Damper Rock Ruins. You want to go back to the Chamber of Guidance. Here we have a little puzzle, but it's really not that bad if you remember the solution to it, so I'll explain it here. You want to just activate this. Oh, my bad. Get the Cranomatic activated. My memory there was really bad, but that's kind of par for the course with me. And so here, the controls of this are basically up and down is triangle, left and right is square, and X is to grab and release. So the first thing you want to do is grab this line piece. And you've got to grab it in the middle, more or less. If you grab it like too far to the side, bad stuff happens. You just put it there, and then you come down here and you grab this like 90-degree angle piece right against the wall. And then you're going to come up, drop it in this slot here. And then you get this other one facing the opposite direction, and you put that in the remaining slot. So super easy puzzle to remember, not really that hard on execution. And basically you have to connect those 3 points, and the way you're supposed to figure that out is there's a thing, I'll show you it. So basically, the way you're supposed to know that that's the solution is this thing right here. But if you just remember the solution from what I just showed you, it's fine. Here you just want to kind of walk up here. I like to get this silver treasure, but I don't think it actually matters. But you're not going to lose time doing it because you're walking forward the whole time anyway. I like to take a right here. You're basically just trying to avoid getting hit by these at all. It doesn't actually matter if your Tokobots get hit here because you're just going to go through this door anyway. You don't need to use your Tokobots for anything. Going through here, just hold right. You won't get hit by that. And again, just hold right, and you won't get hit. And here we have our first enemy fight room. So you want to start off with a triangle formation. Start spinning, hit both of these guys. Wait for the new enemy to spawn, and then activate your overdrive. That'll hit all 3. Position yourself like so, and start attacking this guy. And, okay, I kind of messed this up, but it's fine. Just overdrive when you have it. Try and hit as many as possible. And you want to exit this room if you can help it. You want to exit this room with overdrive. So if you have overdrive and this guy's the only one left, just pat him on the head like this, because you want to make sure you keep that overdrive. You don't want to lose it. And that's because if you go into the boss fight with an overdrive already charged, you're going to be able to beat them faster. Skip this thing. It has a lengthy cutscene associated with it. Coming over here, we have eyeball skip, which is the worst, but, you know, I have a channel on my... I have a video on my YouTube channel explaining it, so you can use that for, like, more in-depth, but basically you just want to walk to the side of these things. For the first 2, you can just jump past them. It's really not that hard. You just jump past them like so. I like to jump off my Tokobots here so they're not just distracting me. And then you kind of want to line yourself up and then just walk past down the side here. And then you can skip it. This is very precise, so I advise you watch my YouTube tutorial, which gives more detail. But in essence, you're seeing exactly what it is. You just kind of walk past it as best as possible. And then you get it. Don't get that save point. You don't need it. You're going to activate this, and I'll show you the fast route and the normal one. But the fast one's really easy to pull off, so I think you should always go for it. So the fast way is to jump up here, along here, and then okay, I messed it up. The fast way up here is to jump up here, go to the right, do this, and that skips the first part. And that's it. That's the only difference. And you'll notice, even though I made a mistake, I'm still going to be able to get to the door before the timer runs out. But that doesn't really matter, because I need to show you the first, like the normal way up. The timer runs out. Door locks. So basically, the normal way is to just hit this, and then go up the right side. Maybe I didn't need to show that, but you know, trying to be thorough, that's all. And I think going the fast way probably saves like half a second. It's really not an important optimization, but I feel like it's so easy to do that I just do it anyway. Except I don't, because we do skip this room in the new route. We'll skip past these cutscenes, and I'll tell you the best way to beat this boss, which is kind of just to beat it, to be honest. There's not really any strategies at hand here, but I'll tell you anyway. You gotta avoid these lasers. You can actually deactivate them with the button at the side, but that's slow, so we're not gonna do that. So we've gotta activate our overdrive if we have it. If not, you can just pat him on the head. After activating it, dodge the lasers, you know, as best as you can. Activate your overdrive. And then this cutscene pretty much always happens. It just triggers after a certain amount of time fighting the boss. It might be possible to beat her without that activating, but I've never been able to do it, so here. Dodge the lasers, and there you go. That's all there is to it. Alright, coming up here, you just want to skip past this cutscene. You're going to get your 2 Tokobots here. Okay. Then we're coming up to the end of the chapter here. There's a cutscene here, you just want to skip it, hit this thing. You cannot skip this part. I'm gonna wait. And then it'll zoom in on the door, and there will be some of Ruby's dialogue that you can skip. And you want to try not to pause the game there, but I always do it by accident. And that is the end of Chapter 2. But it's also the slowest way to beat Chapter 2, so how can we do it faster? Well, I'm glad you asked. There are 2 ways.
8 flying Tokobots.
Let me go load my save file. So this first way, what we're going to do is we're going to do a moon jump at the beginning that skips over pretty much the beginning half. It puts us right at the crane unlock. So we go to this area, and basically just wait for the graphic to come up and open your disk tray. Skip through the cutscene like normal, and then you're going to do a cool moon jump. Here we go. Come along here, and you'll notice that we have unloaded all of this area. There's nothing up there. And that's good. So you want to be parallel with the wall here. This is this is pretty much the difficult part, is actually aiming yourself correctly. You want to be parallel with the wall as much as possible. So that's not it. That's kind of like not parallel, obviously. Oh my gosh, my controller's acting up. So basically, this is the ideal sort of setup. It's not completely parallel, but it's about as close as you're going to get. Jump forward, and then once bolt turns red, you close the disc tray. So let's see if we can get this first try. Let's see if we got it. I believe we may have not got it. Oh yeah, we got it. Okay. So yeah, if you get it, this is what you will see. You will be in this cutscene. If you land anywhere else, you've done it wrong. And that skips all of that beginning part and also this fight. Then you just continue the level like normal. So watch the beginning route for the rest of that. But what if you wanted to go even faster? What if you, dare I say, wanted to skip the boss? Well, we can do that. So let's do that. So beginning off this third and final route, we're actually going to start exactly the same as the last one. We're going to jump to that crane room, and it's because we need the crane in Chapter 4. There's no way currently to skip that one use of the crane, which means we still need to collect it. But we can skip everything else in this level. So let's do it. This saves about 1.5 to 2 minutes. So this route's really, really good. So come up here, do the min jump, you know how it is. Close the disc tray when bolt turns red. So here I have to explain the new trick. It's called the space jump. Space because it goes higher than a moon jump. We're going to go so far that we're outside of the skybox, which means we need to pay attention to these little screen shakes, these little twitches that Bolt does. These are the only measurement of distance we have. But I'll get to that when we actually do the full trick. Basically, we're just trying to moon jump in a straight line to the end of the level. That is in essence what the space jump is. But because we're going over such a huge distance and we're trying to time it properly, it becomes a lot more difficult to do. Like I said, this really should only be used if you're going for a world record. It's currently the most difficult moon jump. I don't know. So then we're just gonna do this part like normal, you know, like you saw in my, you know, the first route that we did. So we got that guy, and then we fight Samurai Hover. So the screen shakes. What is the correct number? To be honest, we're not really sure. It appears that it may be different depending on console and emulator, so you might want to test this yourself. But the number I've come up with is that once you leave the skybox, you will be at 77 screen shakes. You can start counting from there and close the disc tray once you reach 137. That appears to be not only the most consistent method for me, but also the fastest. So yeah, I can't wait to finally show this one off, because I did do it in a couple failed runs, and also I've never really had the opportunity to show this one off. So let's go. Skip past those cutscenes. You can skip those faster, but you know. Come down here. Alright, so here you're gonna go to this part, which, because this already boots you out of the level, it's the perfect spot to go back to the beginning and do the space jump. Now, I'll say one thing. The space jump is incredibly inconsistent. That's just because it's difficult to do. It's not random, it's just difficult. But I would say, like, with enough practice, it's consistent enough to start using. Again, you're not going to get it every time, but it is worth using if you're aiming for a world record. So here, you just go back to the entrance, wait for the graphic to come up with the name of the level, and then open the disc tray. This is going to be the exact same setup as the previous disc tray abuse jump. We're just going to go a little bit farther. So again, try and aim yourself in a straight line here, parallel with the wall. I'd say I'm satisfied with that. We're just going to jump. And you'll notice every once in a while, it's like less than every second, but less than once every second. More than once every second. Once, you know what I'm trying to say. More than once a second. You'll see this little twitch, this little screen shake is what we call it, and this is our measurement of time. So once Bolt goes over the skybox entirely, I know confidently that he's going to be at 77 screen shakes plus or minus 1, right? So yeah, that's basically the trick. We just count until we're at 137, close the disc tray, and pray. Okay. Now we're coming up on it now, so you're about to hear me count for like a minute, but that should be content. Okay, here it is. That's the end of the skybox, so 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we close it there and we get ready to Toko attack. Because when you attack, you will fall in a straight downwards manner. So as soon as... Oh, here we go. We landed in the exact right place. So we don't even need to Toko attack. That was a perfect route. There are other places where you might land that are similar to this. If you land through this door, you have gone too far. You've soft locked yourself. If you land here, right where the elevator is, just go through it and you're at the end of the level. So that's it. Aim for 136 and that's what it should look like. Really happy I got that. And then you just end the chapter like usual. But yeah, that's the ideal situation. It doesn't appear, as far as I'm aware, as far as anyone is aware, you can't land in the Tokobot room, so the best thing you can do is land in the room after it and go backwards. And skip that dialogue. Coming up to chapter 3, we have two of the easiest, well, I'd say we have one of the easiest moon jumps and one of the hardest. So we have two moon jumps that are not that bad. That really neither of them are as bad as the space jump. So if you don't already have overdrive, it's fine. I would kind of advise trying to come into this level with overdrive so that the boss fight goes a bit faster. But if you don't have it, there is a way you can get it real fast here. See, if you don't have it, you can just do one of these and get it. And that does lose a little bit of time, but it's fun. Here, you can just jump on top of this pot lid to skip the magnet. That is faster because the time it takes to attack and climb the Tokobots is slower than it is to just walk over that direction. Here you just want to go around this overdrive. We're not going to collect it because, you know, we're fast. Lure this guy over, then jump, because you want to make sure you're managing all of your Tokobots so that you can get this, because this is really high up. So if you have any less than 8, you won't be able to make that. You can make it while jumping, but jumping and attacking is slower than just attacking on the ground. And all of that remains true for these jumps. And then just attack this. That'll make this platform come down. Here I like to aim the camera up and try to jump about here so that I can get up early. Takes like a second maybe. Here we have a boss fight. I would really recommend looking at my tutorial because I am not good at this fight. And explaining things while I do it is not my strong suit. But basically, you want to attack his back like so. And then when he runs away, you can attack him with your overhead. You've got to lure him into attacking with his big arm. You've got to wait for him to turn, walk to his right, and then do it. And then hit his back again. And then you can hit him while he's running this way, but it's very precise, and I almost never get it. But it is faster to do that. And you can get a very fast cycle by doing that every single time. But the important part is just that you hit him every single time otherwise. And the reason it's very precise is because I don't think you're supposed to be able to hit him like that. The heart box is still there, but it seems to be covered by a bunch of different boxes you can't hit him. I don't know, it's really weird, but it's quite precise, and as you can see, I didn't manage to get it. Again, I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel that I think is pretty good, so.
They can't.
I'm gonna take the left door first here. So attack this to open the left door. Doesn't matter which order you do this in, but I do it left first. You want to hit this side twice and the next side once to solve the puzzle. Coming into this, it's a pretty easy sort of route thing. You're gonna hit you're gonna hit the pink guy once, then you're gonna overdrive, then you're gonna hit him again. So do this, overdrive, and then you hit him again. And that means you leave with your overdrive, because the last hit charges it. If you hit him twice and then do overdrive, it'll kill him, but you won't leave with your overdrive. Then just walk to the exit. Then hit this thing to open the right door. This is Simon Says. You want to do red, green, green... No. What is it? It's red, blue, green, green, yellow, red. There. Red, blue, green, green, yellow, red. Thankfully, you don't really need to remember that because it shows you at the start of entering the room. But you know, that's what it is. Get the yellow and the red. Coming to this, it's kind of hard to explain what we're going to do, but we're going to overdrive the crane guy. We're going to hit the Sashi, which is the flying enemy, and then we're going to overdrive the crane guy. I'll just show you it. Watch this. Overdrive. Toko attack. Overdrive. And then Toko stop. And that will kill them, and you'll leave with your overdrive. Not that you need it, you're not going to fight another enemy in this level. And just leave. When you come around this corner, there's going to be another cutscene. Basically just explains the new ability you got that is only, fun fact, used once in the run. And it's to hit this thing. Every other time it's used, like, it's available. Okay, you want to aim forward, not like I did there. But yeah, the only other times that you're able to use this is optional anyway, so they really did not have a lot of ideas for that ability, I think. This gives you the Toko Glide. It's a cool little ability that lets you glide. It's only used a few times in the run, but it is very much necessary. So coming up here, I'm going to save the game again, because we have 2 moon jumps. Pardon me. We have 2 moon jumps, and I just want to be careful, but you do not need to get this save point in any percent. Okay. So coming up to here, it's going to show you how to Toko Glide. You want to make sure the graphic shows up, and then you close your disk tray. just glide down here. Try to not glide too much that you end up, you know, like going too far. But also, you want to make sure that you glide enough so that your Tokobots don't fall off the edge. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but just do what I did and you'll be fine. But if you glide too long, then it's slower because, you know, you gotta wait for the spinning to end before you can walk. So coming up here, you just jump forward like this, then close your disc tray, go to the left but not too far. It's a bit confusing, but if you did it right, you'll land here. You can just walk over here. I would suggest jointing here. Try and get in the middle of this little hill section, like here-ish. And before you jump, center your camera, and then just jump forward, wait a minute, and you will get into the room you need to be. This one's the easy part. The next one is a bit more complicated. Yeah, so we land here, and to get in, you just want to come over to this spot, right, where the, yeah, and then you just sort of jump in. It can be a bit awkward, but you just want to sort of, yeah, there you go. Just find the spot to jump through. It can be a little weird, a little finicky, but it's fine. And normally the way to get through this is solving this puzzle, but that is such a bad puzzle, so it's a good thing we can skip it. That puzzle takes like 5 minutes if you do it optimally. It's really slow. And then you just fall down here. Don't jump, you'll fall faster. Not only will you fall from a lower point than if you didn't jump, but you also fall, it's weird, you fall faster after falling off of a ledge compared to if you jump. I don't know, it's weird. It's not really relevant. Anyway, open the disc tray again, and we're going to hopefully get this first try, because if I... You know what? No, fine, we'll just do it first try, and then we won't need to worry about it. So, for this one, the setup is the same, but you just go a different direction pretty much. I've lost so many runs here. It's not even that bad a jump, it's just like, I don't know, I kind of have a bit of a mental barrier with it. So jump, close the disc tray, turn the left, not too far left that you fall off, and then center the camera so that it comes down here. And then I would go to this area, and you want to kind of jump at this, it doesn't really matter, but jump at this angle. And then once you start falling again, you want to go to the left, so you land like here, and that was bad. Okay, so if that happens, you're getting a second try, basically. It teleports you back to where you jumped from, because you landed on top of the wall. It's a weird thing, but basically, just keep going forward, and try, yeah, this is, I'm way too high, okay. Okay, yeah, I've messed it up. It's really bad. Discount that entire section. Any information in there was not good. It was not. Okay, well we need to do this jump again, because I thought, oh yeah, I'll just do it first try and I wanted to save, but no. We need to do the first part again. But like I said, mistakes will happen. I'm doing this live, so I can't sort of cut it together. It's a bit of a dirty, bit of a raw tutorial, but what can you do? So yeah, just do it like normal. Come over here. This is not the hard part. I will save after this just in case I fail again because I don't want to have to do this a third time. Kind of going at an angle there. I want to fix that. Okay, I think I got it. Alright, that's the jump, and then that was lucky, we actually landed right inside the room. And then just exit like normal. Alright. So here it is. Open the disc tray as soon as you enter. You can heal here if you really feel like... I mean, there's no reason to. You don't fight anything after this, but if you want... I forgot to save. Might be. Let's just get this first try, huh? Okay. Jump. Close disc tray. Go left. Right. Okay, we landed here. Again, go here. Jump forward. You don't need to wait for the next part to load in. I'm just doing that so that you can see what I'm aiming for. In a normal speedrun, I just jump forward there. Try and land. Not there. Oh my gosh. It's so hard. It's so hard. Okay, here we go. Again, this is really not the correct way to do it, but I'm... God, I feel really embarrassed about getting this wrong twice. And I didn't even save. Oh my god. Again, discount that section. None of that information was important. What a bad tutorial. Okay, so wait for the cutscene. Open the disc tray. God. Okay. Like I said, like that part, it really isn't that difficult, but for some reason I mess it up more than any other part. Okay, so you want to jump up here, close the disc tray, go left but not too left, and then do this part again. Like you see, I can do this part like clockwork. It's really easy. For some reason, skipping the boss fight, which is what we're trying to do with that second min jump, it's not... It doesn't come naturally to me. And it's something I've practiced a lot, it's just tricky. Anyway, here it is. We land inbounds here. Get that thing, and then we do the motions. I will remember to save this time, I promise. Go left. That's right. Go right. Okay. Save the game so that I don't need to do the second part again if I mess this up. Then I open the disc tray. Do this. Do this. And then do this. Okay. Third time's the charm, right? And since you've already seen me do it twice before, probably, I don't know, maybe you skipped ahead. I'm just gonna try and do this the fast way. And I'm not gonna wait for it to load. Oh, it ended up loading anyway. Go here. And we're trying to land right. So this is bad, right? Because I landed inbounds. We're trying to land in this place, but out of bounds. That fun fact, that is actually where I used to land before we learned that we could skip the boss fight. So, you know, there are runs that I did that in, but I don't think any of them were ever world record. I don't know. We've only had like 5 world records. Granted, they're all like several minutes apart from each other, so there's always like a big discovery, usually in between world records. Except for the last two. The last two were the same exact route, just one was faster than the other. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got it. Sometimes you get caught on that wall and it's not spicy. Okay, let's actually do this so that we just fall directly down. So this is perfect, right? We're okay, well, yeah, there we go. Okay. We want to aim ourselves so we're facing forward. This is very important. Okay, there we go. And then jump forward like so. And then after a little bit, just go right. And then go back left. Land here. And you've got it. Here you just walk forward, wait for this room to load, and then jump out of bounds. This skips the boss fight. And because this pedestal thing spawns, you will be teleported back to the room. At least I think it's because of the pedestal. It doesn't really matter. And that is chapter 3. Moving into chapter 4, we have nothing. There is nothing, a single thing. There are no skips. It's just do the game fast. Which is kind of refreshing after that. It means I don't need to save the game here because I can be confident I'm not going to mess up so badly that... Oh, yeah. So you go to Valkyrie Ruins. And because we didn't get any save points, we need to go the long way. But it's not that bad because you unlock an elevator. So that's nice. So just, you know, do as I do. Come up here into the elevator. And then there's a save point that we want to activate so that we can go back and get one of the unknown pieces later on. It might be faster to route it right. No, I don't think it will be faster to route it into No, I think it belongs in chapter 8 where we do it. I've thought about putting it in chapter 4 before, but I believe it's faster in chapter 8. Okay, that's not good. Don't do that. Okay, so coming up here, you know, do the bridge like normal. Don't fall into the pit. And then, yeah, get this save point. We don't see that in Chapter 1, so we have to get it in Chapter 4. Coming here, you have to activate this. It's really weird, because the door thinks it's already activated, but it's not. So the door doesn't change color until you try to open it. It's a really bizarre interaction where it knows that you've been to the room after this, so the door thinks that it must be open, but because the switch hasn't been pressed, you can't open the door. And that's just a weird side effect of skipping that room. Okay, and here we have our first of, I think, 2 mono choo-choo sections. These are just auto-scrollers. There's no way to go faster here. There is a way to go slower. If you explode these balls too close, the particle effects lag the game. So you want to make sure that if you're going to shoot anything with them, which you rarely have to do because you can just take the damage if you want to. But if you're going to shoot anything with them, you got to do it from afar or you will lose some time. But like you saw there, you can just tank the damage, nothing bad happens. But yeah, if you want to, you can shoot things as long as they're far enough away that you won't lose time because of it. And as you see here, sometimes your PS2 is just a bit slow and the level needs to load in front of you like that. But fun fact, even if you take the disc tray out here, all of the collision, like all of the auto-scroller part is still loaded, even when the level isn't, the visuals. Technically you could do it blind, I don't know what that would... I don't really know what that would produce, but... You can do it that way. Oh yeah, and you gotta hit this guy once. You actually only need to hit him once if you do it with all 8 Tokobots, because I hit him with 4. So here, like in the speedrun tutorial, you just want to hit the top of it, and that means it doesn't get invincibility frames. If you hit the bottom, it gains invincibility frames, and that's slow. Here I like to just stand here, and it means the morph bot can't hit us. It does 3 cycles of this. You can tell when a new cycle starts because it's very obvious. And then when a new cycle when all 3 cycles are up, hit it, follow it, do the overdrive, and that kills it instantly. Okay, that didn't kill it instantly. So why did that not kill it instantly? I have no idea. That's not part of the script. I've never seen this happen before. But yeah, okay, it's now dead, so yeah, if that happens, I have no idea. I've never seen that happen before, that's very bizarre. And now we get the ability to hook onto monopoles, which are magnets. You'll see them. Get this save point, we're going to come back here later, and then we Toko swing. Okay, hold on. So yeah, just swing across this. Here we're going to get something really nice. I like to call it life insurance. But it's actually called money. And you get this money, and we're going to use that to buy a revive potion later, which, while technically not required, it's really nice to have, because if you die, and it's really easy to on the final boss, if you die, the run's over. It's like permadeath. So I would really recommend getting that, but you are your own person. If you want to try and do it hard mode for like an extra 5 seconds time save, then go for it. It actually saves like 20 seconds to skip that, but like I said, it is really dangerous. Eventually I'm going to get to the point where I'm skipping it. There have been several runs I've completed where I don't use the revive potion, so I think I'm getting to the level of skill where I can start skipping that. I just need to really take the plunge. I'm just not confident enough. Here you want to just follow me. I feel like I don't need to really explain what I'm doing here. You can see it. You know, you hit that guy, do the overdrive. But yeah, this is the route that I do for this segment. And then we're gonna hit this guy twice. Those drops from enemies, they give you more overdrive, they're rarely important. Again, skip that thing. It has a lengthy cutscene. Don't get that save point. That save point is for smelly people. Coming up, we've got just, you know, platforming segments. You just kind of go through these as normal. There's no skips or anything. Don't fall. Don't do that. That was stupid. Please. Okay. Grab that. You might want to be a bit more careful than me by like jumping better, but what can I say? I live life on the edge. Okay. So yeah, try not to get hit by that either. I'm gonna do this room 3 times, that's fine. Call this a room, it is outside. But my back really hurts right now. I don't know if my posture is bad or something, but it's really distracting me. Anyway, wait for that guy to go, then do it. This is something that is always scary, but you can just go ahead here. If you're on the wrong cycle, that guy can hit you. Except he can't really, because if you attack while he's about to hit you, you will always hit that before it hits you. So it's really not that scary. But it's always scary like actually doing that part. Don't get that save point, you don't need it. This is the only time in the run where we need to use Chronomatic. If we could skip this, we could save a significant amount of time. And just grab it, you know, do it right, don't mess it up. You can just put this on like the edge of the button, you don't need to go for the center or anything. You jump while this thing's swinging. Not like that. I'm gonna overdrive here to get my Tokobots to teleport back to me. Okay, there we go. In the next room, there's an optional mini-boss that if you beat it, you get additional health. I'm good, like a health upgrade. I'm good at the game, so I'm not gonna guess it. Oh, it's not in this room. It's in the room after this one. I always forget this room exists. Also, I think I've more than proven on this stream that I'm not good at this game. If you look in these things, they kill you, so you've just got to kind of position yourself so you're not looking at them. It's really not that difficult. Okay. So yeah, this guy, if you kill him, you get the extra health upgrade. We don't need it. We're good at video games. Probably takes like 15 seconds to kill him if you get it like correct. So, you know, you can kind of weigh that. Is the half a heart extra worth those 15 seconds? If so, kill him. Oh my gosh, I might actually mess this up. Okay, but no, we're good. That's easy. And you get this heal before the boss fight. You do not need to get that save point though. Which is really nice. Because getting save points is a time sink. Here we're gonna fight Sonic. There's a tutorial for this on my YouTube channel, blah 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 blah, just do it fast. It's really the whole thing is just do it fast. Okay, I did it wrong. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, this has been like kind of scuffed, but I'm kind of like, I'm not going into this with the mentality that I'm speedrunning, so like, I kind of don't, I don't know, playing a bit more lax. Oh no. Yeah, so you just hit these things, and you do all four, and then Sonic dies. Which actually means your overdrive does no damage to Sonic, so kind of pointless to use it. You can use it against the enemies here, but what did they ever do to you? That's what I'm wondering. And that's the end of chapter 4. After this we're going right into chapter 5, which is another chapter with no skips. And then we have chapter 6, which does have a skip. So, you have to do chapter 5 with only 4 Tokobots, which actually makes it a lot more difficult. You have, like, no range.
Infiltration. Get back the Tokobots.
Also, fun fact, my little, you know, the art on my splits that you can see at the side there, I don't have my splits active, obviously, but that's official artwork for Tokobot Plus from their website, and it's just really pretty. I really like it. You can see the full thing on their website, which is no longer a thing, actually. The Japanese website's still up, but like it's, I don't know. If you want the artwork, I put it on my Twitter at Tokobot Game. Just hit this guy. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Okay. Don't know what happened there. I think my PS2 just had a stroke. That is not normal. That is not normal. If that happens, that shouldn't happen. That should never happen. That's what happens when you're... No, that's not normal. Let's hope we don't run into any more issues like that. That was a weird thing. I don't know why that happened. I've seen that. If you take your disc tray out and you try to activate an overdrive, that's normally what happens, but my disc tray was closed. And when I opened it, my disc was spinning fine, so... I have no idea why that happened. Hopefully you never run into that. I put hundreds and hundreds of hours into this game, and that's the first time I've seen it, so... You probably won't have that issue. If you do, just, I don't know, wait it out. Going into this room, you do not need to get that save point. Just jump on here. And joint a bunch. You don't need to joint a bunch, that's just what I was doing to pass the time. A lot of the time I don't know, whatever. This is a bit of a scary jump, but you can make it, don't worry. It looks like a greater distance than it actually is. Here you just jump forward and you'll run into no issues. And now we have the worst room. But trust me. No, I was gonna say trust me, it's not that hard. It's not hard, but it is kind of dumb and stupid. And it definitely takes practice. Basically, you don't want to touch the walls here with it, and yeah, I wish I could say it's not that bad, but you will probably need to practice this quite a bit. This is kind of cycle-based. Actually, no, it's just cycle-based, but if you do it fast, you won't ever have a problem with that. If you do touch one of the walls, you get put right back to the start of this whole segment, so don't do that. And then just place this in the middle. We have to fight this thing. It's the boss from the other oh, I missed it. Don't do that. Yeah, this boss is pretty much like, I don't know, just do it fast. There's no specific pattern or route I use for this. I just kind of attack him until he's dead. Okay. You don't need to get that save point. The fun fact, this is actually up here. This is the other overdrive, the third one. We don't get it, but I thought I should point it out. It's actually it's a tank, which is pretty cool in its design, but it's slow and we don't need it, so... Let me come back here. The reason I do this is to get a better cycle. If someone wants to, you know, route I don't know, just do what I do. You know, running through it like that is so much easier. So I exit the room to reset the cycle like that. Because the cutscene means the cycle is slightly off. Actually, it's a lot off from what I do. Let me just come through this room, you know, like so. Okay, do that. There, honestly, like, I wish I could give you a route for this, but... But you kind of just do it fast. Like, the thing is, I suck so much at this room. So as you can see, that like the deeper you get into this run, the less kind of optimized it is. So when I say just do it fast, that's it's kind of my attitude towards a lot of later fights like this. Like I've optimized pretty much every boss fight, but these little like gauntlet things, I put so little time into. Except the ones at the start, which I've fought so many times before. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's great. We lose. That means we need to start from the beginning again. Have fun. We'll do that, get the overdrive. And then we hit this Sashi, I guess. We'll just route it as we go. That's kind of been my solution so far, anyway. If you can hit those Sashis off the edge, that's nice because they die instantly. I'm getting notifications on this, but let me mute that server real quick. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, like... I've never died in this room before. I don't know why I keep falling off the edge now. But, I don't know. The show must go on. The tutorial must be written. It has to happen. This was not so bad. In fact, I actually managed to get the other Sashi with that attack as well, so that was kind of nice. So you can just do the thing with this guy, but the only problem is when there's another enemy looming over you at all times. So here you might be thinking, hey, are you gonna die? You're on 1 health. And my answer to you is, I am cancelling this stream if I do. But we got it. Now, there's still room for me to die. Let's make no mistake. In fact, this room has caused many runners. There's only 2 of us. But this room has caused both runners lots of pain. So I had to be careful there. I think that's kind of cycle based, but honestly it's just kind of dumb and stupid and I hate it. I span for so long that I got dizzy. You want to avoid that. You want to pick up this save point. And now we have the boss fight, which there's a tutorial for on my YouTube channel. Please don't ask me about it because this boss sucks. So, what's the main thing about this boss? Well, you want to hit it while it's moving, and that's really difficult to do. It's not that bad if you have more than 4 Tokobots when you refight this, but right now, when you only have 4, it's really difficult to do. I will attempt it here. Okay, I didn't even see where it was coming from. It's not my bad. Okay, so that on the second time, it will stop. So that's nice. But on the first sort of thing, it doesn't stop. So this is like a first one, which means it won't stop. So you kind of want to hit it while it's doing that if you can, but it's very hard to. Okay, and then once it starts moving away, you want to wait for its invincibility to run out, and then try to attack it. And you can try and attack it a third time, but that's hard to do. Definitely possible. Again, missed it. Okay. When the Tankaloo stops appears to be somewhat random. I'm not sure. Like at which part in its charge, I mean. How far it travels before it stops seems to be random. It's not always in the middle. Yeah, there's no way. So this has been a kind of average boss fight. I haven't made like a crucial mistake or anything, but definitely could be faster. And then we're gonna fucking dunk on them. Look at that. If Bolt ever got into Smash, that should be a taunt. Get these Tokobots, and then we have a cool little flip coming up soon. So I'm happy about that. Go over here and skip this cutscene, and then we're out of chapter 5. Jesus Christ.
Raging battle. The impregnable Crankbelt Castle.
I'm just thinking about how scuffed this tutorial has been. I'm gonna save the game once I get downstairs. In the next chapter, or in this chapter. So yeah, just go to the Kingdom of Crankbelt, and then, you know, Invincible Millennium City, whatever. So we're going to do a moon jump here that does not require opening your disc tray, so that's kind of nice. Get that. Don't get that save point, actually. I'm only getting that so I can save the game. But you do not need to get this. You will never come back to Crankbelt. You only come here once. In any percent, you only come here once. For like 100% or all rare treasures, you probably need to come back here. I don't know, those haven't been routed. You do need to come here 100%, you have to come back here for 100%. But for all rare treasures, I'm not actually sure. So you need to hit this button before you can do the clip. For some reason, after hitting the button, those monopoles start, they start at a lower level, which means you're able to hook them while you're on the ground, which creates this weird interaction that has a few different side effects. And one of those side effects is that we can clip through walls. So let me show you that here. Again, I have a tutorial for this on my YouTube channel, but basically you just stand like here-ish, grab this, go through the wall. There, I missed it. Oh my god. Okay, missed it again. That's bog. Missed it again. This is going pretty well for me. This is not hard, I'm just bad. Most runs I get this like second or third try. I can't even grab it. What's going on? Okay. There, that's the clip. You go through the wall like that. Again, I have a tutorial for it on my YouTube channel. Then you want to come here and sort of position yourself like... Actually, I think this is like a good angle, so I'm just going to jump. And... yeah, optimally we're going to land in the throne room. Pardon me. You're going to land on the throne room on top of... the like platform thing. If you land anywhere else, reset. That's pretty much it. Did we get it? We did not. We landed in the right room, but we landed in the wrong place, and we have soft locked ourselves. Okay, so we're going to do this once again, and I'm going to get a better angle and actually do the skip properly. I'll tell you one thing, I've toyed with the idea that dying in this water is actually faster than hugging the pole and just swinging across. So I can show you what that looks like. I'm not sure how much faster or slower it is, I've never timed it. But yeah, if you do this, and then you go back through this, you will be on the other side. But I'm not sure if it's actually faster than just swinging across. Gotta get this. Okay, this is the one. Oh wow, this is the one. No, okay. I felt pretty good about that angle, but apparently not. Okay, went through it. So yeah, come up to here and sort of get this kind of angle maybe. I feel like we want more of a diagonal, but yeah. Yeah, we landed in the wrong place, but where am I? Oh, there I am. Yeah, we landed in the wrong place again. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay, this way. I normally don't miss this jump, I don't know. It's worth mentioning I haven't played Tokobot for like a week, so I am a bit out of practice. Alright. The good part is that there's only really 2 more major tricks, including this. This isn't Zelda, Merrick, you're right. Why would it be? Anyway, there's only really 2 major tricks after, well, including this. Because you said, what did I say? I said I'm streaming, I never said... Zelda every other day. Oh yeah, not Sunday though. Not Sunday. Now no Zelda 2. You'll get Zelda on Tuesday. No, I had to do this stream on Sunday because... Well, I guess I didn't, but I chose to do this stream on Sunday. You work Tuesday? I know you work Tuesday, but... Too bad. Oh my god, I've messed this skip up 3 times already. You literally have only played Zelda when I'm at work. Maybe it's designed that way. I don't know how I keep messing up this skip, but it makes for a pretty bad tutorial now that I've spent like 12 minutes on it. Don't you work like 6 days a week? It's kind of normal for me to have only played Zelda when you're at work. Okay. I'm gonna go reference my world record run so I don't get this angle wrong again, because at this point it's getting a bit stupid, to be honest. Okay, so what does the angle look like? Okay, I see. Let's get this bread. It's like the one skip that I don't miss, and for some reason I missed it many times this stream. Okay, so you want to aim like, I think, like this. I mean, granted, it's a pretty tricky jump, but it shouldn't... Honestly, it shouldn't take me this many tries. Okay, we got it. So yeah, you want to land on this platform in the throne room, and then you just go on the chandelier, and you can leave the room. You need to get your Tokobot here, because you will always only have 5 there. I don't know why, I don't make the rules. Grab that, there is an invisible wall above those magnets, so you gotta be pretty careful. Sometimes you're gonna get hit by that. It's not much of a big deal. Okay, I lost one of my Tokobots there. That's pretty bad. But I think I can still make this jump, yeah. Coming into this area, this screen, kind of a cycle-based thing. You just kind of wait, and then don't get hit by the thing here. You want to jump like as early as possible so you can do it in one. And don't jump off while the thing is moving. You will probably fall in the pit if you do that. Go down here, and we have a little segment where we fight here. My best advice is that these things die in one hit and one overdrive. So you just hit them once, and that charges your overdrive, and then you hit them with the overdrive. And that is the, like, pretty much the best way you can beat this room without having like a specified route. This room's really laggy, so the faster you're killing these things, you're saving like exponentially more time, right? Because not only like the faster you kill them, the faster you're finished with the room, but also because the more you kill, the less lag you get. You're saving even more time because of that. So I would say keep that in mind. Obviously, if you're playing on emulator, you probably won't get any lag anyway, so you can ignore that advice for emulator runs. And then we kill this guy like normal. Now, don't get this save point, but I'm gonna go to it so I get healed. But you don't need it. I didn't even get healed because I was jointing when I walked over it. Like an idiot. So walk towards this guy to lure him into headbutting the ground, and then you can hit him and he's vulnerable. And then you just overdrive immediately. His invincibility frames do not. It's something I explained in my boss tutorial, but my boss tutorial actually uses a different route for this fight because I thought it was faster, but actually the way I do it here is faster. So this is the one boss fight where you do want to watch this and not the video, because the video is outdated with regards to this one. It's kind of annoying, but it's fine. And that is the end of the chapter after enough failed swing clips. Chapter 7.
The castle bears its fangs. The jig is up. Escape or
So
die.
there's no skips in this level, but for any aspiring glitch hunters, you can get inside this just by walking through it, and then if you jump and you spam it enough, you kind of go inside the floor. So there might be a way to clip out of bounds using that. I don't know. If you want to glitch hunt this game, I would look into that. But yeah. As for the actual route through the level, so this part, you can actually, I'll show you, you can actually make this jump. It's hard, but you can actually make that jump. I don't do it in the speedrun because it saves like 0 seconds and it's really difficult to pull off. But if you want to do it the normal way, then just jump past all of this stuff, you know, do this. I don't know. Try to manage your Tokobots as best as possible. Hit this thing. And you need, I think, 6 Tokobots to be able to glide past this. You could try with 5, but you're not going to make it. And honestly, you want to have 7 or 8 because... I don't know. For this room, just hit this from the side. It's really hard to do it from the front, so... Come over here into the corner, jump forward, glide once, and then you can just jump across like that. You want to hit this platform without this guy annoying you, but sometimes he's gonna. In that case, it's probably faster to just kill him than try to avoid him. In that case, he didn't pester us, so that's nice. As for this room, I honestly don't know the fastest route to put these puzzle pieces together, but I do top right, top left, and then bottom right, top left, or something like that. Actually, I'm gonna do it like this, just for fun. Like I said, I don't know the fastest route for this, putting a coat of arms together. You will need to... Oh my god. You will need to hit this timer at least twice. Oftentimes I do it thrice, but you will always need to do it at least twice. Let's try and do this in only 2 button presses. I'm not terribly confident I'll be able to get this, because my execution is bad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. So, you know, you can kind of see there why. Why you want to hit it 3 times. But yeah, for this you just put it together. I don't know which path, like, which route for this room's gonna be the fastest. I haven't routed it. It doesn't... I don't know. Like I said, as we go on, I kind of am less confident about the fastest way to do things. So, like, there's room for improvement and stuff. And then you just continue through the room. And not to get hit by that, which can be sometimes difficult. And then you want to grab onto this, wait for it to stop moving, then jump off. You know, you don't want to get hit by that, but I did, because I'm bad. And then here we have a monorail section. Like I said, auto-scroller. There's not really any way to save time on it. So just do it. I just go through that because, you know, who cares? Tank the damage. If you fall into that pit, you need to start from the beginning. So, like, don't fall into any of the pits. That's a major no-no. For this guy, he always goes to the corner here first, and then I think he goes to this. No, he doesn't. It doesn't matter. You can react to him. So, and I believe that's enough to kill them. Oh, no, they're very much still alive. There we go. So it takes 3 hits and 1 overdrive. Today I learned you do not need to get that. Like I said, you only come to crank belt once. Here, the major thing is, like, you want to keep all of these guys together. I'm gonna hit this guy because, to be honest, if he hits you into the pit, that's a huge time loss. Coming up to the final 2 chapters, which chapter 8 is kind of fine. It has one big trick, and then chapter 9 is just like do all the boss fights. It's pretty much just a boss rush. Okay, here we go. Don't need to get that save point, but it's a nice place to heal.
Bolt, it looked.
I have a tutorial for this boss fight up on my YouTube channel, but basically you just lure him into his own bombs at the start, and then at this point you want to go the opposite direction of him, and then go over to his side and hit him. And then on the next phase you want to do the opposite. You want to wait for him to come to you. I believe. I don't know. You can react to it. The thing is, like, you fight this guy twice, and both times it's a different pattern. So I could be remembering the wrong one, but... but you can react to it, so it's fine. Again, lure him into his bombs. You want to keep away from the side, because if he's too close to his bombs while he turns, which he can get while he's at the side of the arena thing, if he's too close, he'll just blow them up and won't take damage from them, because he's invincible during that period. Yeah, so he'll come over to your side, and you just want to pat him on the head if you can, which I messed up there, but that's fine. Just go over to the other side and hit him then. That's one of those awkward things where, like, the actual part where you can hit him is pretty small, so if your Tokobots just bounce off of him, sometimes that's gonna happen. You don't need to feel too bad about it. And that's the end of Chapter 7. Coming into Chapter 8, we're just pretty much going to collect some unknown pieces. It's really not that much. There is a boss fight that we can technically skip, but it's really, like, precise and difficult, so we don't do it yet. But yeah, let me just go. So the first thing you go is the Grinder Valley second storage ridge. And this is because you're going to pick up some documents and stuff. It's lore stuff, but basically just come over here. Now once you're in this room, you want to, you know, go here, start. Over here we got another cutscene, and it's really important that you break this box at the left because it has gold in it. And gold, well, gold is my favorite thing. Talk to this bookcase because, you know, that makes sense. And then talk to this desk. And you'll be sent back to the lab. And then you go back to Grinder Valley, go to the entrance, and I should save the game here. Yeah, to be honest, I'm gonna save the game real quick, because even though I'm sure I can get it first try, if I mess this up, I'm gonna soft lock, and it'll put me back like several chapters, so just gonna be careful here. So sorry about that minor little time waste, but you know, it's not the worst thing I've done this tutorial. Okay, so come to the Grinder Valley entrance, and we're gonna do something. Again, I have a tutorial on this, my YouTube channel, but you're just gonna go to the boulder. We're gonna do the boulder clip. This was discovered by Gramix. Gramix is really cool, and you come over here and you do the big Toko jump. Okay, that's that. Do the big Toko jump up here into the wall, and you kind of just clip through it. It can be a bit awkward at times, but I've gotten fairly consistent with it. Again, obviously I'm not showing that off right now because this stream is like cursed or something. I don't know. I just can't get anything right. I even went in the wall that time. Okay, once you're here, just jump. Just like fall down, and then walk over here. The angle you're looking for is like that pretty much, and then you want to jump like here. So you're going for like this angle here, jump forward, pray. This is the last moon jump in the run, so if you get this, you can rest assured knowing you're not going to soft lock anymore. And we got it. Collect this. Get teleported back up. Fall into the abyss. Go through the door, which is this way. And then you go here and return to lab. Then you're gonna go, I mean, you can do this part in any order technically, but I like to go to Valve Ruins and then Damper Rock. So you go to Valve Ruins, this one. And we just do this as intended. No fancy stuff. We just do this as intended. We're gonna come over here. Put this down. And I believe if you Toko jump with all 8, then you only need this one to go high. Okay, I was wrong. Just get the big one. And then Toko jump onto it. That's what I do in every route, but for some reason I tried to do this. I don't know. I'm going a bit mad at the moment. So you just get your Tokobots together, you know, and then just Choco jump up. Oh my god, they're not close enough. This is the worst. Okay, so don't do the small one. Just get the big one and put it in the right place in the first place. Okay, get enough Tokobots to go up. And then, fun fact, you only need like 4 here, I think. Because you're so close to the top anyway. So there. And then you just go along this. It's not, you know, bad. I messed it up because, you know, trust me to mess it up. The game does not remember how you solved the puzzle, so it just assumes you did it this way. So go along here. Don't mess it up like I just did. Collect this, it teleports you back, and then you just return to lab. Now you're gonna go to Valve Ruins one last time. Well, not the last time we're gonna go to Valve Ruins, actually. Don't go to entrance, go to City Ruins P Hall, which I believe means prayer hall, but who knows? Could be anything. No, it does mean prayer hall. I can confirm. You want to position yourself, yeah, like that. Gonna get a little interruption here, cutscene. Just skip through it, jump down here. And the lag in this room, can you believe it? Holy crap. And then here, you're just gonna go like this. Go through the door. And then you're gonna face left at first. Okay, I was not facing left enough. I'm gonna face left at first. Then when you go through here, you continue facing that direction. And then you're gonna face right. And then you turn left again. Do this. And you can look at this now, because when the thing's moving, it just doesn't count. This will teleport you back here, and then you just want to fall into the pit. The pit will teleport you to a place you've never seen before, because we skipped it in the first place, but that's fine. Go through this door, and then you have this save point with which you can return to lab. Here we're going to do the boss fight, and then we'll be done with chapter 8. Like I said, you can technically skip it, but I've never actually done it. We just know it's possible. If you did one of the slower, or if you did the slowest Damperok Ruins method, then you'll have the other point that you can teleport to, which means you don't need to go to the entrance, but who cares? No one's really going to be doing that. Probably. For this, you just walk through the segment like normal. I'll see if I can finish this any percent tutorial before 2 hours 39 minutes. Because fun fact, 2 hours 39 minutes is my my first ever Tokobot Plus speedrun. The world record's now 138. My sum of best is like 132. And I definitely think if you did it perfectly and did all the speedrun tricks that we know about that aren't implemented, you could probably get a 129. That's what a task would look like, or a segmented run. But yeah, don't expect that from me. So whack this thing, go up here, come back down. Can you see how fast I fell there? That's what I mean when I say you fall faster from walking off than from jumping. I'm up here, and then, like, technically you can do this whole thing without hurting these guys, but it's like so difficult to not get hit by them at all, so I kind of just whack them. Hit him with the overdrive, then hit him twice each, like this. And then you can get on with this. Like, you're supposed to use this so that you can hit the taller ones, but this is the tallest one, and if you're just up against it like this, you can barely hit it. So that's the fastest way to hammer these nails. And then you just, you know, do the remainder, and yeah, this boss fight is not that hard. Hi, hey, how are you? I'm just doing a tutorial for one of the games I speedrun. We've almost wrapped up, actually, on the second last chapter. So yeah, I have a tutorial for this boss fight on my YouTube channel, so if you want a better explanation than the one I'm about to give you, go take a look at that. But basically, you just hit the bubbles, go behind him, and then hit him. You might need to jump to do it. You can do it when you're on the ground, but it's more precise that way. And then he's going to move again, then you can hit him with the overdrive. And then you want to run away, because if you're too close, he'll do a different attack that's not this one. And that's slow, because this is the only way you can really get your overdrive charged before you attack him. So that's kind of what we're aiming for. So yeah, this fight's not too difficult to do, but it is a little bit difficult to do quickly. This cutscene just happens, it's fine, just skip it. I might have missed with that overdrive, no we got it. And then I think only one more hit will kill him, but we'll see. Oh, I would like to have all of my Tokobots, please. One thing these bubbles are really good at is stopping your Toko spin, which is like why I want to go to the side so that I'm hitting less total bubbles. Yeah, so he does this little attack, which is not, you know, that helps no one. And then let's overdrive, and hopefully that's enough to beat him. Okay, no, we need to hit him from behind proper. That's annoying. So we'll get this attack here. If you're already spinning, then that flash of light, it normally changes your formation, but if you're spinning, then it won't do that. And because we can just hit him once and kill him, we're just going to use our overdrive here. Again, it's technically skippable, but we don't do that yet. There's no consistent setup for it, pretty much, and I think that'll be the next thing we look into after we've sort of optimized the current route, I guess. I don't know. And that is the end of Chapter 8. Now, Chapter 9 is pretty much just a boss rush. So,
in Master Gear. The final
honestly, there's not a lot of
motion.
advice I can give you that's not already in my boss tutorial, but we'll just finish it for completion's sake, but you're probably not going to get a lot out of this segment in terms of actual tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is buy
Good work. Thanks for always bringing.
the
Okay.
revive potion.
What can I? What do you need? Is this okay? What do you need?
And then we're going to buy
Is
the
this okay?
HP
What do you
potion,
need?
which I got with
Come back.
the silvers that I picked up throughout the run. And then we're going to go to Valver Ruins. And this is where the final chapter takes place. We've got a few cutscenes to skip through here and there, but, you know, it's whatever. So you'll notice that the final chapter is underneath the first chapter. So you may be tempted to ask, is there a way we can skip to the final chapter without doing everything in between? And the answer is
Huh?
absolutely not. You can get under that statue and you will find absolutely nothing there. The only time that you can actually get to the final chapter is during the final chapter. Otherwise, the loading zone just doesn't exist. This thing, if you're moving and it sees you, you take damage, so you've got to be careful not to be moving. Here, you just gotta wait. And we're going to wait a tad extra here before we jump, just because we don't want this platform to go too low. And then we're going to jump there. Coming up here we have the first boss fight, and it's actually one that you have not seen yet. It's Dongle. It's one that we've already skipped. Now Dongle, you just do it like you would normally. There's no real fast strats for this. Dongle's a weird one that takes like inconsistent amounts of damage every time, so I haven't really figured out this boss fight, and you'll hear me complain about it in my any % boss fight tutorial. But yeah, you just spin the gear and then pat him on the head. Oh. We've got to wait for him to lift his hand if you mess that up. So look at that. Look at how much damage that did. Nothing. And why? Who knows? But, like, you just deal, like, random damage. Like, if I hit him again with the Toko attack, see how much damage it does. Okay. Why? Why, though? It was doing so much damage earlier. And then when he finishes it, you can just run towards this. There's going to be a short cutscene after you beat him. Well, you skip that and then go down here. Next we have... I don't know what boss fight this is. I think it's... like... Tankaloo? Is it? Sonic, yeah. Sonic is exactly the same here as he is anywhere else. You just kind of, you know, do the thing. I mean, if I had to point out a difference, I think this arena is bigger, but that doesn't really make a difference to how you fight them. Also, for what it's worth, you can try and hit both of them at the same time. It doesn't do anything different. I have tested that. So I thought I should mention that. I don't know. Sonic's like not that bad of a fight, to be honest, but it can be pretty useful, like difficult to get used to fighting him, I guess. I didn't know you could just jump in, like, on top of that. That might actually be a weird, like, fast strat for Sonic, but to, like, wait for him to shoot the second bomb while the things are out? I don't know. It worked there. There's a cutscene here. Just skip it. You know how cutscenes are. You can get some heals if you like. Here, you know, just do as I do. Don't do as I do. Let me show you what you're supposed to do. So if you do this, you'll see that there's the invisible path, right? And you can't jump across it, you need to glide across it. So that was my B. But yeah, do as I do that time, and then just walk across like normal. The next boss fight should be Tokobot. Yeah, okay. So this boss fight, like I said, it's a lot easier when you have more Tokobots. You have more range, you don't need to worry about getting too close and then getting hit. You can comfortably stand farther away. And there you go. I say it's easier and then I mess up immediately. Wow. Oh wow, and we're going right into that phase. That's interesting. See, you're not... Oh my god. I can't believe I've messed it up so much already. Again, tutorial for this on my YouTube channel. It's kind of the best, like, advice I can give for this whole chapter is just... There's a tutorial on my YouTube channel. Oh my god, why am I missing it? I never do this. I never do this. How did you discover this game? I played this game as a kid. Am I about to... Am I about to die? Yeah, I played this game as a kid and I recently, you know, it was like June last year, so I guess not that recent. I started playing it again and I speedrun it now. Okay, here we go. I missed completely. It's imperative that I don't take... What's your best time? 1 hour 38 minutes is my best time. Obviously, right now I'm not speedrunning. I'm just explaining how to do it as fast as possible, pretty much. So for here, you want to go for the right one. If you do it in the wrong order, you get like put back to the beginning. So yeah, right, left, middle, left, right, right, left, middle, left, right. So yeah, it's an old PS2 game from 2006. It's pretty obscure. It's a lot of fun. Oh. So to make this jump, you need to have all 8 of your Tokobots. If you have any less, then, well, GG's. You just lost your speedrun. Now, I believe there's an opportunity to heal in between this and the next fight, but if there's not, then... oops. Let's find out. Yeah, okay, we're right into the boss fight. That's nice. So yeah, he's on a bit of a different cycle from the last time we saw him, but he's not that hard, don't worry. And I believe that's enough to start the second phase. We go the opposite direction, and then we go over to his side. Those monopoles are a bit farther apart this time around. That's just because you have more Tokobots. It's not like a more difficult thing to do. Let me fight. Do this part again, and then you know, you go to the opposite side, and then he follows you, and you hit him when he comes over to your side. Kind of the same deal as the last one, but slightly on a different side. Like, I don't know, he behaves differently, but it is in effect the same boss fight. Like, he'll still go to that side and then turn around immediately. So it is like the same, but also he goes a lot faster, so it's kind of harder to hit him when he does that. It always makes me wonder, should I go over? I don't know. It makes me so nervous, because he has this big attack that can really mess you up. And when I say big, it's just wide. It doesn't do a lot of damage or anything. It's also tall. But we got him. You know, he's dead. We're gonna leave on this side. Sometimes it's easy to forget which side you came from, so it's important to remember that you're going down an elevator to the next room. Coming up here, we have the final boss. I wish I could tell you that there's a strategy to do the final boss quickly, but it's kind of just play the game fast.
I wonder if we're inside the planet right now.
And the penultimate boss is actually the worst, because he moves so quickly that it's impossible to react to. You can't really predict his movements. It feels really bad. It just doesn't feel fun. But, you know, you just kind of got to adapt. So if you run forward ahead at him, he will always go backwards. Okay? So you can always get a free hit at the start. And then he'll go this way. But after that, it's kind of like, you know, kind of in the thick of it, pretty much. My main thing is to just kind of don't get too ambitious. Just like attack him. I don't know. I don't have a lot of advice for this. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think it comes a lot with experience. I think like doing this boss fight quickly. It comes with just playing this boss fight a lot. Also, look, we can kind of see through the wall there. Get the cutscene. You can definitely beat him without getting that.
Defeated here.
I do have a tutorial for Battleby and Zero on my YouTube channel, but it boils down to just get the revive potion, be careful, don't take too much damage. If you can afford to tank the damage, then you don't need to be too worried when you're fighting them, you know? So there I used my revive potion, and I don't need to be scared of dying. Like, I've got two food items at the side if I take damage during the boss fight, like the final boss. Final boss has 3 phases. First one is super duper easy, barely an inconvenience. Basically, he puts up these shields, and you gotta hit his laser into it. So you wait for him to laser, like charge his laser. You can see him doing it with his eyes. And then you just jump into the shield. And you can hit both of them at once like that. You will take no damage from the shield, but you'll still take knockback, which means you get invincibility frames. So it's really nice. And then you can hit all 4 of them in just 2 cycles like that. Right here, you have pretty much nothing to be worried about until his 3rd phase. You can just kind of get hits on these. You're going to take damage, and I'll explain why. This little attack he does here, from the right side, if you're on the right side, it's pretty much impossible to avoid. If you're on the left side, it's super easy to avoid. But a lot of the time, if you're on the right side, you're going to be able to hit the balls easier, which means that you get the unavoidable attack, but you also get faster hits on it. So, I don't know. It's kind of a balancing act, but honestly, I just tank the damage, is my best advice. There, I got hit by those, so I'm going to leave and get some heals, because if I don't, I will die and lose the entire run. There, I got slapped. Okay, check this out. That was the worst timing. So yeah, just kind of hit the balls, I guess. And now he's in his 3rd phase. Stuff starts falling from the roof. It's not that hard to avoid, but sometimes it hits your Tokobots, and that makes you go slow. So that's annoying. There I actually got hit by the roof, and it meant that I had invincibility frames when he did his laser attack. So that's actually a good thing, funnily enough. And yeah, we're gonna hit this last one. Oh my gosh. And that's time. When the screen goes white, like the full flash, that's time. And you can save the game to see your in-game time, but in-game time is not used, so it's not important. I like to finish all of my runs by taking a look at the in-game time, but yeah, that's the game. And with that, that's the end of the tutorial, and hence it's the end of the stream. I don't have anything left to explain, really. We'll wait until I can see the in-game time, and then I'll just end the stream, because yeah. yeah, you can just enjoy this credit song, you know, all that stuff. Thank you for playing. And then, obviously, here we have a little sequel tease. And considering this game came out in
That surface dweller
2006,
fuel.
I have a feeling
He
that
didn't
we're
really
not going to
amount
get a
much,
sequel.
did he?
I didn't really expect a lot out of him to begin with.
But I'm holding out
I
hope.
just wanted to
I'm
teach old
holding out
man
hope.
Canewood.
It's not going to happen. It's just
It's
not.
about time we get started.
Save clear data, and you can see that my time is a 1:39:51, which, you know, it doesn't matter. In-game time's not used for various reasons. And that's it. So, thanks for coming out to my stream, all of those who did. I had a fun time with this really bad tutorial. Very rough around the edges. And I'll get this uploaded to YouTube soon. So, thanks for watching. Bye.